Hello, everybody! It's your host with the most beautiful, luxurious hair in all of the Viviverse, SaintGaia, the boy wonder, Gaia Sama, back again with a brand new Vivi video. I know it's been a super long time, um, but I haven't left Vivi. I'm still here. I'm still rocking this entire time. That I've been, opening Pokemon cards and all this stuff. I've been flipping, getting my stuff right, getting my gems up. I haven't even put money into the VV app into quite some time. So here brings us to the topic of today's video. We're going to be doing a little bit of a tier list, but at the same time, it's not for every VV collectible. We're only doing comics today, and these are the things I think that are hidden gems on the VV market, hidden comics that should be higher in my personal opinion, and could go higher in the future. In my opinion, personally, it's super undervalued. And we're going to be ranking these today. Common comic covers, right? And the secret rare comic covers of just a few collectibles. Now let me get this out of the way. There are probably some super undervalued stuff on the app that are not featured on this list. And it's primarily because as a collector on the VV app, I used to collect every single one of the comics, and that kind of just like faded out. You're not going to make money like that just buying every single comic. You might in 10, 20 years. Sorry, I'm drinking hot cocoa. If you bought every single comic, but you really want to have a strategy, whatever that strategy is. Have a strategy when you're buying these comics. And my strategy personally is to stack. See, I like to stack common comics or secret rare covers, uncommon covers, whatever have you. If I see that there's a limited supply in the market, I buy it up. I buy 10, 20 collectibles at a time. And that can run you sometimes over 300, 400 gems, and that's not money that everyone has. So we're going to be talking about a lot of that in today's video. So yeah, disclaimer, like I was saying before, not every comic is on here. Obviously, there's only a handful, I think 8 or 9 that I've been looking at that are hidden gems and that could go somewhere. But primarily, they're ASM, Amazing Spider-Man or Spider-Man related. I like Spider-Man. I sold my Spider-Man collectible, ultra rare first edition, first appearance Spider-Man for way lower than I should have. And yeah, so I'm trying to get my way back up to that very limited Spider-Man comic run. I forget which ASM it is, but the one with the black suit. I'm trying to flip my way up there. But maybe I could get it with some of these gems in these videos. So let's go right into it, guys. Let's not delay any further. Let me go ahead and just open the VV app up before I switch screens here. Okay, yeah, and there we go. Alright, so let's go ahead and switch screens. That's the background music. Persona 4 Golden, you guys gotta fuck with it if you guys don't fuck with it already. I know I've also been gone for a while because I've been catching up on a lot of games that I haven't been able to play. And new games that just came out. SMT5, Pokemon Shining Pearl I've been playing. Let's get right into it, guys. Enough of this dilly-dally. Let's get into the good stuff, the tier list. Let's go, okay? So, first off, on our list, right? So I have the VV app right here in the bottom right. So you can, so we're gonna take a look at these comics, and let me get my sticky notes up. Okay, so the first up on our list is Eternals #1. Okay, so we're gonna go to the comics tab, and we're going to rate comics by title A to Z. Okay, yeah, so you have a good view here. I think that's good enough. So let's go down to the Eternals. That's an E. No, it's an T. Did I pass it? The Veve needs to fix their app, man. It's way too cluttered, the comic section. They're doing a lot better on the collectible section. You can sort by brand for collectibles, but you still cannot sort by character when it comes to comics. That's super annoying. I want to have all my Spider-Man in one place, all my X-Men in one place. You know, I don't want to be going back and forth. But if you don't want to do it by like sorting by character, give us the option to have folders or something. Allow us to create folders. If you're listening, David, you make a folders. But right now we're looking at Eternals #1. Right, and it's going in the market now for 20 gems. I have it here listed on my notes from 17 to 20 gems, and that was on the higher side, so it actually did pump a bit. And now here's my thoughts on the Eternals. It's not the coolest cover. From what I can tell, it has no super bros on it. I think this is Icarus, the main guy of the Eternals, the cool guy. I think this is his first appearance, but the cover itself, boring. You know, it's not that interesting. It is quite interesting to look at compared to all the other comics. There's not a lot of comics like this one, and it is the Eternals. So the Eternals themselves are slated to be bigger in the MCU coming forward in the upcoming years. But the Eternals movie itself underperformed. Had a lot of longtime Marvel fans telling me that it was boring. They didn't really care for it. I haven't seen the movie myself. It just came to Disney Plus, so I'm gonna watch it, despite those criticisms. But yeah, this one might be a hold. It's quite easy to stack in the market right now. 20 gems. You could pick up 10 of them for 200 gems. Which is a lot of money for some, but if you want to get into the market brand new, you could pick up 1 or 2 for 40 gems, and I think that would be suitable enough. But for the Eternals #1, I'm gonna have to put that guy into the C tier. It's C tier because, you know, it's Marvel. It's also a #1. It's also the first appearance of Icarus. But also, it's just underperforming when it comes to the comic side and the movie side. Maybe this will change one day to a B tier. Hopefully. I'm hoping that it changes to a B tier. I do have a few of these. I think I have 2 or 3. And that I picked up like way long ago for 10 gems each, you know. And it's been a slow burner for the Eternals. So I'm hoping, hopefully, maybe this could be a B tier one day. Right? Okay, so the next one is very interesting, I have to say. This is the Web of Spider-Man 118, and it's not the first appearance of Ben Reilly. You could probably say the first appearance is like way back in his first 70s cover, but it's also not his first appearance in the Clone Saga, but it's his first solo adventures taking over Web of Spider-Man from classic Peter Parker. Now, the thing about this one is, it's climbing in price, okay? 22 gems. I have it here listed for 17 gems, so everything in the market is pretty much up right now. I'm not sure you could make a lot of, you know, big plays like when the market's completely up, but if you still want to stack this, you totally can. 22 gems. I have it here listed for 19 gems. So if I was thinking you could get it for 19 gems, 22 gems is totally within the realm of possibility here. Now the thing about this one is it's Spider-Man. It's also Web of Spider-Man, the only Web of Spider-Man on the app right now. There are 4, you know, Spider-Man's running at that time. There was the Web of Spider-Man, the Amazing Spider-Man, which we have so many of on the app, the Spectacular Spider-Man, and then Spider-Man comic. So yeah, it could get a little confusing. I have a feeling that this one is a little bit less valued compared to the other Spider-Mans because this isn't Spider-Man, it's Ben Reilly. But what collectors don't really understand or appreciate, like this this is basically Peter Parker for a time. During the run of the Clone Saga, Star Wars, no. I think it's called the Clone Saga. I was gonna say Clone Wars, but it's not. That's Secret Wars. But during the Clone Saga, Peter Parker retires as Spider-Man, and Ben Reilly becomes Spider-Man. I won't go into the specifics of the crazy story because it's a story that a lot of comic collectors kind of bypass, because during that time, it's not a great book. And I'll tell you, if you pick up this book today with the intent of reading it, this book sucks. Like, I picked it up and I read it because I was so intrigued. Ben Reilly clone Spider-Man, they did this stuff all the way back in the day, way before MCU. You know, it's kind of crazy. It's spectacular. It's weird. A clone of Spider-Man becoming Spider-Man in the comics for a period of time. But I read the book and it sucks. It's tagline is his first adversary, Venom. Venom is barely in this book itself. Maybe if they release more Ben Reilly in the future, it would be cool. But for this one, for right now, I'm gonna have to put this one in the B tier, just because it's not that liked of a comic. The book itself in real life doesn't go for that much. But comparatively, you know, like ASM1 and stuff like this. But it's a cool comic, you know. I like it. Did I put it in the B tier? I think I'm gonna put this one in the C tier. It is still Spider-Man, and it definitely could be a B tier one day. But with the overflow and overmass of Spider-Man comics in the Veve app, I guess because they know it sells, this one is looking a little slim. But it is his first solo comic. So in a sense, it's sort of like the Ben Reilly #1, you know. I also think that some collectors don't appreciate that the other Spider-Man collectible, the second Spider-Man collectible to ever drop on the Veve app, is Ben Reilly, and that Ben Reilly is the same one of this comic cover. And I know that is a bit of a variation on the outfit, but it's the same one, and I think people will pick up on that too. But on to the next comic. Okay, I don't got all day. All right. Let me just check one thing, just to make sure. Okay. All right. Got the Persona 4 again. Nice, nice. Okay, let me just click out of that. All right. So what's the next comic on the list? So we got 2 in the C tier already. Not bad, not great, right? I'm putting the C tier. It's not bad, not great. Okay. But next we have Fantastic Four #12, and it's gonna be our first one for the A tier. I like this comic. I do. We're gonna go ahead and try and find that guy. He would be here. So he's going for 26 gems. I have him listed here for 25 gems, so he's a little bit up. Like everything in the market right now, so I won't even mention. But here's what I like about this book. It's a crossover book. Fantastic Four, Hulk, love it. Always love the crossover books. I think they're super undervalued, because whenever you're buying a comic, you buy what you love, Fantastic Four, and then you get a goodie like the Incredible Hulk there as well. You know, he's in his Hulk cave. I haven't read this book itself, so I can't tell you if it's good or not. But I just really appreciate this comic. I think it's super undervalued. We have Fantastic Four #13 on the app, which is a little bit more expensive, with Fantastic Four on the moon and all that stuff. Pretty cool. So I think this is a nice, you know, double pairing. If you got 12, well, if you have 13, why not get 12? I mean, they don't have 11 or 10 released on the app. They don't have Fantastic Four #14 or anything like that. So, So yeah, this one is a good one for me personally. I really it's not much to say there. You know, I'm putting in the A tier. It's cool. Fantastic Four, Incredible Hulk, the commons in the A tier. It's super undervalued. It's 26 gems. That could easily be you know, one of the next to pick up if when Fantastic Four gets reintroduced into the MCU and stuff like that. It's super cool. Only 21,000 editions of that common, so you know, it is what it is. Now, this next one, this one I really like, really like, and I gotta tell you, it's getting up there, but for me, still undervalued. We have What If #1. One of the big things about the Veve app, of course, is the #1s. You have the Eternals #1 up there. And the What If series has been popping off. The What If series in the MCU on Disney Plus is really good. And the MCU people have said before in many interviews that they're trying to expand these characters that are in the What If into the broader MCU. Through the powers of the multiverse, Doctor Strange, and this new Spider-Man movie that just came out. Anything is possible right now in the MCU. And so these What If comics are great. I would take What If #1 if it was anything else. But let me tell you, this one is fire. This one is fuego. This one is heat. It is a must cop. What if Spider-Man joined the Fantastic Four? Spider-Man. You got Spider-Man in his original ASM1 book, right? It's the same story as ASM1. And if you read ASM1, Spider-Man does go to the Fantastic Four asking for a job. And they tell him no. Sorry, Spider-Man. The Fantastic Four is a non-profit organization. We can't pay you. Right? So Spider-Man leaves. But in this book, the first ever What If is if the Fantastic Four had stopped Spider-Man from leaving, they would say, okay, let's work something out. And Spider-Man becomes a part of the Fantastic Four and basically making it the Fantastic Five. And this cover is fire. You got Spider-Man, which is the golden boy of the Veve app. You know, I think he's going to far surpass, you know, Marvel's #1. Maybe I'm tripping, but Spider-Man is everyone's favorite. He's front and center here with the Fantastic Four. To his left, Human Torch. To his right, The Thing. And on the bottom, you have the Invisible Woman and Mr. Fantastic, all donning a 5 on their chest. Even Spider-Man has the number 5 on his spider. Super cool, super undervalued. You can get this one for 28 gems, and this one has a little bit of a higher print run than some of the comics. There's 28,000 commons, and 35,000 editions total. But for me, this one is a cop. Like, for the next few weeks, I'm gonna be trying and pumping this one myself. Single-handedly, I'm gonna be buying it up because this one is good. And if you haven't been able to tell already, I'm putting this one in the S tier. This is our first S tier of the day, guys. Let's go. S tier comics still on the Veve app. You may be searching the Veve app up and down, like, oh, everything is so expensive. I don't know what to get my hands into. And I'm letting you know right now. S tier comics, A tier comics, they're really good pickups, in my opinion. Of course, I don't have any financial incentive to pump these comics. Of course, I hold some of them. I don't hold all of them. These are just some of them ones that I see that I like. I like their covers. It's just my opinion, okay? So do what you want with your money, guys. Of course, for me, I haven't put money into the Veve app in quite some time. So I'm able to pick up these comics, you know, without thinking about it too much, if you know what I mean, you know. But let's continue, you know. Maybe we needed a little break for that S tier, but let's get right back into it, okay? We got Amazing Spider-Man number 14. Okay, so I set these up in order of, at the time, lowest value to highest value, right? And this one is pumped, okay? So this one is pumped. So I'm not sure if you guys want to be riding this wave up. You know, the best time to invest was probably a few days ago. Yeah, so here we got. So it's 35 gems on the app right now. 35 gems at the lowest point for Amazing Spider-Man number 14. Now this one is really good. I wouldn't call it an immediate pickup because it's a little bit more expensive. You know, take your time, do your research, and see if that's something you want to dive into. But this one, I like this one better than the Doc Ock. Okay, and the Doc Ock is really expensive. That drop was a little body, you know, a lot of bots on that drop, I think. But regardless, this one is the first appearance of the Green Goblin. Straight up. That alone brings it to above C tier. Maybe that alone brings it to B tier, right? And then this one also is guest starring the Incredible Hulk. Like, Hulk is in this one. I've read this book as well. This is a good book. Okay, I read this one shot. Like, you know, I'm not too familiar with all the comics, but I read this one, and it was a good book. I felt satisfied after going through every page. All around, it's a great story. You got first appearance Green Goblin, Spider-Man versus the Incredible Hulk. They scrap. Okay. This is a good book. I might put this one in the S tier, but for me, I'm thinking this one is an A tier. Just because this one is a little bit, has already appreciated in value. It's not as much of a hidden gem, as one might say. And this tier list is for hidden gems. Okay. So that's why I don't have everything on here. Like, I could put the Doc Ock on with this one, but that's obviously not a hidden gem. Everyone's going for that one for whatever reason. I could put the Carnage Amazing Spider-Man, what's it called? Man, I had it in order too. The Amazing Spider-Man, you know, first appearance of Carnage. 361. Yeah. I was gonna put this one on, but it's 43 gems. It's a little bit more expensive, and it's not a hidden gem, you know. So with that being said, A tier for Spider-Man number 14. I also think those comics with lower print numbers, or what do you say? How do you say that? The lower runs, you know, Spider-Man 1, 2, 3, Spider-Man 10, you know, stuff like this is a little bit more expensive than, say, you know, Spider-Man 400, you know. So with that being said, we are on to New Mutants 98. Now, New Mutants 98, first appearance of Deadpool. It's not Deadpool number 1, but Deadpool number 1 is not the first appearance of Deadpool, right? So New Mutants 98 has been climbing. I have it here listed in the market for 24 gems, but that is capped because it is listed for 29 gems. I used to hold 50 of these. Quite sad, if I have to say so, but now I hold a few. This one is just good. You know, the cover itself is a little cluttered. If it was up to me, you know, I'd only want to see Deadpool. That's the only one anyone cares about. I love Domino as a character, and I love her powers. You know, not everyone knows about Domino. Not everyone cares. So yeah, the comic cover is not that impressive. But the book itself features Deadpool quite a lot, and it's cool. I like this book. So I'm gonna put it in the C tier. Oh, you know what I just remembered as well, though? New Mutants number 98, I think is one of the biggest editions. Yeah, the Common itself has 48,000 editions, and there are 60,000 covers all across editions. So I'm gonna put this one in the D tier. We have our first D tier. I like the first appearance Deadpool, and it's gonna be valued for that reason. It's not so much a hidden gem, and it's not gonna move as fast as some of these other ones because of basically having double, sometimes close to triple the amount of editions that some of these other comics have. So, fortunately, New Mutants number 98 is going in the D tier for right now. So what's next? So we have Alpha Flight number 1, and this is brand new. This just came to the app a few days ago. Or maybe it was yesterday. So yeah, Alpha Flight. It's going in the market right now for 39 gems. So this is an expensive one. It's also number 1. And it has 6,000 editions for the common. Very low. 10,000 mints total. Very low. See, something like New Mutants 98 has 6 times the amount of edition numbers. 10,000 as opposed to 60,000. It's going to take 6 times the amount of money to move that floor price up and up and up. Okay, so that's my reasoning when it comes to if you want to stack the comic, right? So me buying 50 New Mutants is essentially like me buying 10 of these, Alpha Flights, or how it should be when it comes to value, right? So Alpha Flight number 1, why I even put it up here as undervalued or a hidden gem, is because it's a number 1. First appearance of the Vindicator, which is our Canada boy, right? And the cover itself features a lot of heroes on it. I like these covers that have a lot of heroes. You've got Spider-Man right there. I'm a Spider-Man collector. I had to get it just because Spider-Man's on the cover. You've got Sasquatch, Vindicator, Puck, all the Alpha Flight guys. Alongside them, or behind them, you got even Captain America right there. Captain America traveling in Montreal. You got the Daredevil. You got the Fantastic Four crew and the Thing. This is a fire cover. I mean, that's all I can say about that. Right? So when it comes to Alpha Flight number 1, I'm gonna have to give this one a questionable B tier, okay? Because we have seen with Eternals it being a number 1, people didn't really care that much. But this one is a limited drop. This could go to the A tier soon, one day, or it could fall to the waist straps and go to the C tier. Okay, but essentially, it's a waiting game because this guy just came out. So taking a chance on Alpha Flight number 1 is taking a huge risk. Okay, I mean, I think it's sitting at a decent price right now, but comparatively to our next and final comic. So let's just get right into it because we already got Alpha Flight up there on the tier list. So let's go into our final comic, and then we'll get into the Secret Rares. Secret Rares, I don't have too much to say about them. I'm just going to rate them based on my opinion on the cover because they're pretty much all around decent price levels. I know some are much cheaper than others, but if you have money to spend on a Secret Rare, then you have the money to, make your own research and decide what you want to buy for flips. In terms of the tier list, the Secret Rares for me are going to be heavily opinionated. Based on how I feel like there will be supply and demand when it comes to them. So our final comic of the day is Incredible Hulk number 347, which is going for 40 gems right now. I just really like this cover. And again, this is another 10,000 mints, so there's only 6,000 commons. And it's the first appearance of Joe Fixit, or the Grey Hulk. It's not the first appearance of the Grey Hulk because the Hulk was originally grey, but it's his first reintroduction, and I think it's super cool. I love this comic cover. I think the book is alright. I think it's just overall cool. You know, you got this sort of smart Hulk. And I could see this one possibly going up in the future. You know, I don't collect a lot of Incredible Hulk, but this one is it's just in my opinion, I guess. So for the Incredible Hulk number 347, we are putting this guy in the A tier. Alpha Flight would also be in the A tier for the same reasons, 10,000 mint, but again, very questionable. Who knows if people will care about Alpha Flight in the upcoming future. I know some of the core members are going to be introduced into the MCU heavily. I doubt we'll see a Canadian Alpha Flight team, because the Avengers are sort of like a worldly thing. But yeah, we're definitely going to see some of these characters return in the MCU, confirmed. So I think that's a good pickup, Alpha Flight. But enough of Alpha Flight and enough of Incredible Hulk. Now we're going to get into the secret rares, okay? So the secret rares, we're going to start at the top of the list again with the Eternals. Alright. So Eternals number 1, secret rare. Take a look at that comic cover. It's going for $865. Listen, guys. This secret rare comic sucks. It sucks. The book sucks. At least Eternals number 1 sucks. And the secret rare cover just trash. It's just trash. What even is that? Is that supposed to be Celestial? Is that supposed to be an Eternal? Man. Whatever. It's done. F tier. Okay, so let's move right on to Web of Spider-Man secret rare. So now our Web of Spider-Man OG got the C tier. Right. But for the secret rare on the Web of Spider-Man, it's actually going pretty cheap. There's only 36 in the market right now. And I really like this cover. Again, singles out Ben Reilly. It is a Spider-Man cover for all intents and purposes. Even though it is Ben Reilly is Spider-Man for a while. Quite a while. A few years in comic run. This is a Spider-Man cover. This is a Spider-Man outfit. Right? And I think people are sleeping on that. Whatever you have to say about the Clone Saga itself, it's just super interesting and a crazy piece of Marvel history and memorabilia. And I really like this one. Let's see what I gave this one. The Web of Spider-Man, yeah, just because it's not Peter Parker, it's not the OG classic Spider-Man. I don't have a great picture over here. So we're putting this guy in the A tier, okay? Obviously, it's a different A tier than the commons because there's crazy price discrepancy, but that's okay. So, for Fantastic Four number 12, the Incredible Hulk, this one, fat S tier. So we're on to our second S tier of the day. I gotta show you guys this one because this one is just heat in every sense of the word. You got the Incredible Hulk smacking up the thing, just giving them a good old smack. And yeah, as you can see, this one is going on the market for a little bit more expensive than those other guys, for good reason. This is an epic secret rare cover. Epic. Like this scene itself, what can you say? Epic. Incredible Hulk just smacking up the thing. Gotta love that. That's something I'd put in the showroom one day. I don't have it, of course, but it's super cool. So next on the list, I already put. Yep, got the Incredible Hulk up there in the S tier. Clap it up. Our second S tier. we're going on to the What If number 1. I think you guys you're gonna know how I feel about this one. What If number 1 S tier. S tier comic. It's going for around the same price as the Incredible Hulk, and I respect that because it's along the same lines. You've got where is that? Oh, I guess I don't have a picture for it, so yeah, we're putting this in the S tier. But as you can see in the bottom right screen, guys, this is what the Secret Rare cover looks like. Let me move my guy. I didn't realize I was covering up some of the comics. Jesus Christ. But yeah, so here we have what if Spider-Man joined the Fantastic Four? You got laid out the Fantastic Four, or if you could call it the Fantastic Five of this universe. You got Spider-Man there in the middle, Thing top right, Invisible Woman top left, bottom left, Mr. Fantastic, bottom right, Human Torch, S tier. S tier, this is a fire comic cover. You can't tell me otherwise. Yeah, if these had the same amount of mints as the commons, like, I'd still want to pick up this one. That's how much I really like this cover. So again, when it comes to value, this is still a Spider-Man Secret Rare. I don't know if people are treating the What If as a Spider-Man comic. It totally is. 100% is. I've read the book. It focuses a lot more on Spider-Man and their adventures, and like, what if Spider-Man tagged along on some of Fantastic Four's adventures, like Fantastic Four number 13, where they go to the moon. In this book, Spider-Man also joins them, and I feel like that is amazing. It's so good, so well done. It's such a classic. What If number 1? No brainer. S tier. Right. So let's move right on to what we have next on our little showcase here. We have the Amazing Spider-Man number 14 with the Green Goblin. See, this one is cool. This one is cool. But I just don't care for it as much as some of the other ones that we got in the app so far. It is the first appearance of Green Goblin, and we have a super sweet, cool, just chillin' Green Goblin. But I think I put this one here in the A tier. Yeah, because it's just... I'm actually going to put this one in the B tier. It's mid. It's better than C, but I have a little bit of an issue putting it in the same place as Web of Spider-Man, which was very interesting because Web of Spider-Man is cheaper. But whatever. I digress. It's just my opinion. Okay, the market has its own opinion. So next one is the New Mutants 98 Secret Rare, and of course, with some of my complaints for the New Mutants common cover. This is tricky saying common comic. Can't even say it right. So here we have the New Mutants Secret Rare, which is the most expensive one of all these so far. It's also one of the older comics that we have on the app. First appearance of Deadpool. You get Deadpool. I think this is the first panel, the art from the first panel he's ever showcased. I might be wrong, but you hear that? This is beautiful. Amazing comic cover. You have bold print in the top here where it just says The New Mutants. Epic. Cool. I mean, what more can you ask for when it comes to these guys? This one, easy S tier for me. And I think we just have two more, right? Alpha Flight. Yep, Alpha Flight and the Incredible Hulk. So, Alpha Flight, the S tier, the Secret Rare, I'm not a fan of. It just has the Vindicator. If you're a fan of the Vindicator, I guess you might be really into this one. But the thing about this one, it has a lot lower mints than some of the other Secret Rares. This is 250 editions. Most of the other Secret Rares have 600 editions. So this one is a little bit undervalued for 1.1k, if I have to say, because that's going for some of you know, the other the Secret Rare comics that are going for 2k and have a lot more edition numbers. But again, Vindicator isn't as sought out as a character as even some of the other Alpha Flight members, like I'm forgetting their name at the top of my head, Aurora, and her brother. Some of these characters are much more popular than the Vindicator, than Guardian, right? And even the female Vindicator. Like, he's just not that interesting of a character, or popular of a character, as I might say. You know, he's Canadian Captain America. He's Captain Canada. You know, it's cool. But again, I think this one should be a little bit more expensive than it is because of the mint numbers and the rarity. I think people are a little bit sleeping on this one, but for right now, I'm gonna put this guy in the C tier. I think I might rather pick up a Green Goblin than opposed to this. I mean, I don't know. You know, that's just my opinion. You know, maybe I'm totally wrong. Vindicator shoots to the moon for 10k. You know, totally could happen. It's such low mint numbers on there. And so these guys are just repeats of some of the other ones we had. So our last and final comic is the Incredible Hulk. This is a D tier. The Incredible Hulk 347. I'm just throwing it in the D tier right now, and I'll explain myself. Just let me go ahead and pull it up for you guys. Okay, so this doesn't even show Joe Fixit off at all. Can't even tell that he's gray. This, for all I know, could be a green Incredible Hulk underneath there. I know the Incredible Hulk doesn't wear clothes like that, but still, for all I know, he could be green under there. What's helping this one out a little bit, and why I wouldn't even put this one in the F tier, is the 10,000 mints, 250 secret rares. It's a little bit better buy than some of the other secret rares, but I generally want to put this one in the F tier. It looks atrocious. They did my boy so dirty. They did my boy Incredible Hulk so dirty. We need something way better than that, but hey, what are you gonna do? I'll tell you what you're gonna do. Not buy the comic, right? So here we got the full tier list. Full tier list is thick. It's big. Our S tiers are What If Spider-Man joined the Fantastic Four, Common, and the Secret Rare. We have this Fantastic Four number 14 Secret Rare, amazing, and the New Mutants 98 Secret Rare. The A tiers, we got the Commons for ASM 14, Incredible Hulk 347, Web of Spider-Man 118, and of course Fantastic Four number 14. B tier, we got Alpha Flight number 1, which has just came out, so it really could be C or A tier. Don't know. Waiting on that one. One day it might be even D tier, you know. Depends on how much people enjoy Alpha Flight. And then the Amazing Spider-Man Secret Rare, Amazing Spider-Man number 14 Secret Rare. Put that in the B tier. And then for the C tiers, we got the Eternals number 1 drop. Honestly, could be. I'll leave it in the C tier. We're not going to change around anything right now. We have everything set in stone. We have the Web of Spider-Man number 118, which is really good because it's Spider-Man, and I hate putting Spider-Man in the C tier. He honestly could be up here in the B as well. Yeah, it pains me to put Alpha Flight above it, but again, 10,000 mints. Very, very important when you're going for these comics to look at the mint numbers. They're not all the same. They're really not. So also in the C tier, we got the Alpha Flight Secret Rare. You know, it's not the most impressive Secret Rare. It's got Vindicator on it. Cool, I guess, right? And for the D tier, we got the Common New Mutants, and I don't want you guys to sleep on this comic just because I put it in the D tier. It's because it has a ridiculous amount of mints. And if you're trying to make a play in the market, you know, looking for hidden gems, you know, not just based off of like what you like to see or what you want to collect. First of all, if you're collecting, collect what you like. You know, first and foremost, don't try to make big plays. But if you're a trader trying to make flips, you know, New Mutants might not be the best, but it is climbing at a rapid pace. It went from 13 gems to 29 gems in I think 3 or 4 days. So that one's definitely climbing. Don't sleep on it. For me, it's a D tier. Alongside it, Secret Rare for the Incredible Hulk 347. I don't like the look of this comic, and I don't see when it comes to Secret Rares. The only reason you would want to collect them is for rarity and how they look. Other than that, you might as well just pick up a common, because the common is what the comic looks like. It's how it was released, you know. And for a Secret Rare to be so rare, you know, 250 mints, and look so bad, it's a conflict of interest for me. You know, it looks so bad. um, Speaking of what looks so bad, our only F tier for the day. We got the sad music playing for this one. The Eternals #1 at Secret Rare. This one could have had Icarus on it. Could have had anything else, and this one sucks. This one's bad, guys. This one's bad. Um, I mean, hey, that's just my personal opinion. I hope you enjoyed taking this little trip down the Veve Secret Rare journey with me. Not Secret Rare, hidden gems, secret mints, whatever you want to call them, whatever you want to say. These are my things that I'm looking out, scouting out in the market for potential plays, and I think are super undervalued, super, you know, slept on. Okay. No sleeping comics over here. No sleeping comics. Love you, sleeping. Love you. Love you, sleeping. But over here, we're woke on comics. Woke. Stay woke, guys. Keep your gems. Okay? Hodl your collectibles. Hodl your comics. And I will see you all in the next video. Hopefully it's not in another 2 months. But to be prepared for that, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button if you made it all the way through, comment something like pineapples, and I love you all. Peace.